YouTube universe. I am the Fit Senior, and this is workout number 1 for fitness and health for seniors and a healthy lifestyle that we're going to lead, because we're going to cheat death a long time and stay alive and vibrant in life. So that's what we're here to do. We're talking about exercise in this video, and basically we're looking at 3 different types of exercises. One exercise is stretching exercise. Stretching the muscles and tendons so we don't damage everything and everything gets warmed up and ready to go. Those are very important. Another type of exercise is aerobic exercise. Aerobic is where we do repetitive exercise and go and go and go, and we're building up our cardiovascular system so we get endurance and strength to keep going. That's very important exercise. The third type of exercise is what we're talking about today, and this is resistance training, load-bearing exercises. Exercises that involve lifting weights, pulling stretch bands, using your own body weight for resistance. That is crucial for fit seniors. We have to jump in and take on the load-bearing exercises, and that's what we're going to be doing here. This is not all there is to it, but it is one of the main components for being healthy and fit as seniors. You see, our bodies, when you get to be my age, it's trying to get ready to jump in the box and end it all. That's what the body's trying to do. We are outsmarting the body, because as the whole body is trying to shut everything down and go to sleep, we are going to fight back against that. And we do that with load-bearing exercises. When you get to be 60, you get to be 70, it's very hard to generate new muscle mass. Muscle mass tends to deteriorate faster and faster. These are the exercises where we do generate new muscle mass, and that's the antidote to old age. And so that's what we're going to do. Now, we're in my backyard home gym here. It's a back patio that's enclosed, and it's a great place for me. Some of you may like to work out in gyms. You may have a gym membership. That's okay if that works for you. Personally, I am too serious about my working out and about my health to subject it to the whims of a gym. It's raining, it's snowing, you didn't get gas in the car, you got to go to work early, you had to stay late, I don't feel like it, everything that involves going to a gym is things that hold you back. If you have your gym at home, there's no excuse other than you're lazy. And the biggest thing that I can teach in this whole series of lessons about how to really be healthy in old age is that what we're really doing is we're really developing our own self-discipline. That when it's time to work out, you work out. There's no questions about it. And if you do it at home, if you have a little bit of space, my gym is 20 years in the making. I'm not saying go out and buy all this stuff. You can buy 2 things that are really simple. And this is ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, right here, we have 2 5-pound dumbbells. No, I'm sorry, 2.5-pound dumbbells. And this is your home gym to start. You're going to do these for all your exercises. You just do these 2.5s here, and you curl, and you curl. And then number 2, or you press overhead. 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds together. that's your gym. That'll work. Ladies, if you want to be really tough, or men, if you're not in shape at all, you might want to go with a couple of 5s. 2 5-pound dumbbells. And it's the same thing, all right? We'll do chin punches. From the side, up to the chin, and back down. Okay? Advanced ladies, beginner men, and for the tough guys, instead of plastic coated, we got the real thing. You are pumping iron. 10-pound dumbbells. You can get these at Walmart. They're not even very expensive for this. And you say, oh, come on, what are you talking about? 10 pound, this is embarrassing. Let me fill you in on a little secret. The very first exercise we're going to do, which is lateral raises, I started out with 10-pound weights. I'm doing it with 20-pound weights now. It took me several years to build up to it, and I'm working towards 25. That's a heavy weight for lateral raises. 10 pounds is pretty stiff weight, just as it is for these. So let's make our jump into here. This exercise number 1, the lateral raises, is one of the few that are really controversial. Controversial meaning that you gotta really watch your form, because if you do this wrong, you can damage yourself. If you try to lift straight ahead, you're gonna damage. If you try to lift out to the side, you're gonna mess up your shoulders. We're gonna bend the elbows, and we're gonna go 45 degrees. And when you do that, you should not hear any clicking and popping coming from your shoulders if you're doing it right. That's the controversy. This is a great exercise, and it really builds up the shoulders. And right here, it really will make you much stronger, and your body will respond to these. Some stuff, it's like, is that muscle ever going to go somewhere? But some of these things involve muscles we don't use, and then we use them, and we really get something out of it. So, all right, I'm going with 20 pounds. I'm facing straight ahead, and you can see me from the side, so you can see if I'm doing the 45 degrees here. All right, I can get my elbows bent a little bit, up to shoulder length, and down. 1, up, and down. 2, up, and down. 3, no pops, up, and down. 4, up, and down. 5, up, and down. 6, up, and down. 7, you can start to feel the burn. Up and down. 8, up and down. 9, and then up and down. 10. Yeah, that's a workout. Whew. Warming up. It was cold this morning, but now it's getting warmer out. Okay, that was exercise number 1. I did 10 repetitions. Now, when I'm doing these exercises myself, I'm now up to my first set, I do 15. My second set, I do 15 reps. Third set, I do 15. Fourth set, I do 15. And the fifth set, I'm still on 10. I'm working up to when I do all 5 sets with 15 repetitions in each set. Then, when I can do that comfortably, and it's a chore, then I'll be ready to graduate to the 25-pounders. But that's how that one works. And it's a really good exercise. Boy, when you get about repetition 7 and 8 and 9, you're going to really feel it with that weight. And maybe you'll be glad that you were doing it with the 2.5s. Next exercise is the seated dumbbell curl. And this is the exercise that I started out with when 20 years ago, when I started assembling this gym, when I got to this point in my life. And the first weight I got was this 25-pound dumbbell. And I got that at one of Walmart's. And that was my weight set for a long time, because I was mainly doing this. But I found out something along the way, and that is that the biceps, make a muscle. The biceps is not a large muscle. Most of your arm mass comes from the triceps back here. Most of what makes up, this is a minor part of it. The major part is this. So you can build up your biceps all you want. Your arms are not going to look big unless you build them up here. So I still work the biceps because you don't want to be a total weenie arm. And I do these seated one arm at a time with a 35-pound dumbbell. I've done it with a 40-pound dumbbell, but not 5 sets of 10 reps. That's part of my weight training stuff, is that I do pretty heavy weights continuously, and not just real heavy weight and get over with and say, there, call it a day. I like to make this all into a workout. So I'll start with my left arm, put my elbow against my knee, against my leg. 1, 2, 3. Try not to use your upper body any more than you have to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's left arm. And I like to start with the left arm on those, because usually the left arm is a little weaker. So when you go with the second arm, you want to have a little bit of extra strength to make it. So right arm, 1, and better form, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, I'm doing 10 reps of these. When you're starting out, you may want to do just 8 reps, or maybe 5 reps, 3 reps, something like that. Somewhere to get started. Where you start developing strength and muscle is from the consistency, the continuity. You do it, a few days later, you come around, you do the same ones again. A few days later, you do the same exercises again. And that gets you tear down the muscle, build up the muscle, then you tear down the muscle, then you build up the muscle. I don't mean ripping it apart, but you get little microscopic tears, which grows muscle tissue, which is what we want to do. That's the whole goal there, is to build up some muscle tissue. Now, so we did lateral raises, we did seated press. Now the third one, this is, you don't see this exercise too much. This is kind of my exercise. I put this out there because I think it's a really cool exercise. And this exercise is going to be on the forearms. Now there's part of your arm right here, this little muscle here. You can see that. This muscle here and this muscle here. These really build up your forearms. And building up your forearms really gives you an impressive look. But normally, 25 pounds. Normally what people do is they do the curl like this. But we want to work these forearms right here. So for this exercise, we're going to put the dumbbells outside of our legs, and we're going to lift one at a time, left, with an overhand grip. 2 and 3. You can feel it burn in the forearm. And 4. It does some of the upper arm too. And 5. But we really want to work that forearm. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. There. Okay. That's a good exercise there. And we get to work this part of the arm, which never gets any workout when we're doing it this way. So we're working these, doing this part. So that gives us some more growth in the forearm. And brings us down to the last exercise. Now, what I was saying after the second exercise, you may not want to do 10 repetitions for each set. You may do 8, you may do 5, you may do 3. You do what you can do, and you may not do 5 sets at first. You may do 1 set. You may come out and say, hey, there you go, I'm done. Well, no, you gotta go through all these exercises. You gotta do at least one of each one. We gotta build from somewhere. You gotta ground yourself with something. So that's how we're gonna do that, is we start out with what we can do, and we push it just a little bit. Try to do just a little bit more each time. And that's what's going on there. Now, this last exercise, this was something that I picked up off of YouTube. I was doing what they call hammerheads, which is where you hold the weights like this, and you just go up and down, and you do it like it's a hammer. That's a hammer coming down. That's it. Up and down, up and down. That's called hammerheads. And then I was watching a guy, I think his name's Ryan Houston or something like that. He spends a lot of time in the gym. He's a really big fella, and he knows his science about it. He's studied up. He's a real expert. I learned a lot of stuff from him. I hope that he's going to make it to be my age, but he's pretty rough on his body with the stuff that he does in his 30s or 40s. But he came up with this exercise, and instead of the hammerhead, which doesn't do much, he came up with these, and I don't remember what he called them, but I call them chin punchers. And what you do, I'm doing these with 30-pound weights, which was about what Ryan was using too. And let's see, you hold them at your side, and you bring the weight up to your chin and back down again. So it's sort of a curl, but it uses all different parts of the upper body. And there it is. Up and 1. Left and 2. Up and 3. Up and 4. Up and 5. Up and 6. Up. You don't want to swing. And 7. You want to lift. Use your strength. And 8. Up. 9. Up. And 10. There we go. Now, that was my 10 repetitions on the chin punchers. So let's review it. I did 10 reps of the lateral raises, both arms together. Then 10 for each arm on the seated bench curl. Then 10 on the reverse standing curl. And then 10 on the chin punchers. All that makes one set. And when you get to where you can do all of those, 10 exercises for a full set for everything, then you start doing a second set. Then you build up and start doing a third set. And building up is the whole idea. That's what goes on with this. That's what we try to do, is build up. So that is workout number 1. Check in next for workout day 2. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe.